This cartoon, is political satire. That's how I see it. And let me show you the bottom of it. It says, "Why let government drug your children?" And it's on the wall. It says, "Kids, just say no to drugs." And the lady's saying, "Did you take your Ritalin today, kids?" They say yes. And we all know people that Ritalin is, a form of speed on the streets. It's a drug that people take, and it's a very common illegal drug on the streets. Very popular. So the hypocrisy is there. They know it's there. They downplay it. They say, "Oh, it's all for medical reasons." I always bring up in the medical marijuana industry that same hypocrisy that allowed for deadly prescription drugs to be forced down, force medicated on people in psych wards after they lose their hearing, was that same faulty logic, that same logical fallacy that allowed for medical marijuana to be issued as a legitimate drug to people who don't need it. The people who actually need these kind of toxic drugs, and it's a better choice than not doing anything, might be a very, very small percentage of the population, not enough to make big profits. So they'll do anything they can to throw more people into that category. And many, many people have been a victim of that. Because some people are so crazy that you don't know what to do with them. You know what I mean? But at the same time, that is put on a lot of people because people don't understand people. You know what I'm saying? The same guy who goes out and kills a bunch of people, they'll compare somebody who acts angry to that guy, throws a temper tantrum to a serial killer who acts angry as well. You see what I mean? When it's not necessarily the same thing. We do not understand anger. Anger is a very complicated thing. If any of you thinks they can understand anger in somebody and they can tell when somebody's angry versus when somebody is crazy, just by one angry fit or just by seeing them in their fits of anger, you're gravely mistaken. Because anger and the expression of anger varies from individual to individual, and to throw everybody in a category where it's symptoms of a mental disorder, where you have to understand the person and their personality, the characteristics of their personality. If you don't do that, then you don't understand shit about that person. So it's basically there needs to be massive reforms in our mental health institutions. And that's just putting it lightly. As much as that sounds dramatic, that is putting it lightly. We might just be better off getting rid of them altogether, honestly. Because the reforms are so, we have to do something with the people who are extremely nuts. There's no doubt about that. But the system we have is a joke, and it violates human rights left and right. I mean, no civilized society should have a psychiatric, should have the mental health wards, psych ward systems like we have. No. It's almost like we've regressed and things have gotten worse since the old days, when they used to just splash people with water and think people were possessed who had mental disorders, and the church would take care of them. It's almost like we're worse off in the direction we've went because these medications are so powerful, so mind-changing, life-changing, life-altering. A lot of what I see, is people getting dulled, people getting numbed, people getting zombified. They walk around like, duh, kind of thing. makes you slow, things like that. You know. So again, this is just about hypocrisy in this cartoon. And it's important that I speak on all these things and explain these cartoons, you know, and add some food for thought in all these videos, so you understand the bigger picture and start putting it together. And realize I'm not just somebody giving you this information. I'm somebody who's a victim of it myself. I've studied it from the inside. I've been a patient, and I've studied the articles. I've looked at it from every angle. Of course, I've considered the psychiatrist's point of view, and you know, and the articles they've written and things like that. And you know, I understand the problem, and I understand the bigger problems and the smaller issues involved. And in the end, at the end of the day, they have no excuse for continuing this other than money. You know, they care about their career, which is money, and you know, they need money to survive like everybody else, you know, type of thing. So I'm gonna leave it there, and I hope everyone understands that psychiatry is a fraud.